We are here again, and we are believing our ladies to still get the job done. This time around, we are talking about the Nigeria versus Cameroon at the quarterfinals of the WAFCON competition, and it's not going to be an easy match. Though we've seen the ladies already delivering at this stage of the competition before, but this is a different edition, and we can't just really rely on them and thinking is an easy opponent that they will be playing. The Cameroonians getting into this stage is never an easy opponent, and history has even showed before that sometimes we struggle against them, while sometimes we just walk past them like it's nothing. This time around, now we want to believe that we will still walk past them like it's nothing. So let's see what they bring for us this time around. But yeah, we meet today is Silas, and let me a quick one, Silas. How do you see us going into the game, the quarterfinals of the WAFCON competition?
Yeah, we should ride off a win against Egypt. When you win a match 6-2, it doesn't matter the opponent. There is this extra motivation that
Yeah,
comes with thrashing somebody 6-2, especially considering that extra one goal they scored was a penalty,
yeah.
which wouldn't have stood if it was another referee. Yes, but we have to. I think the game against Malawi, the first game of this tournament against Malawi, taught us the lesson that we cannot get too comfortable, we cannot get complacent, we cannot lose our guard, we cannot drop our guard against any team at all. Because if a team like Malawi, this is their first edition, and then they qualified, they have impressed us so far, they beat us, you know. So this means that any team can actually hurt us if we allow them to. So we should be confident going into the match. We will win if we play our cards right.
If we play our cards right, we will definitely win. And we have seen the we have seen the Falcons humbling the Cameroonian ladies before, and we've met in three different finals before. Not just like not this is not our head to head now. I'm just talking about the finals alone. We've met in three different finals before. We've played in the 2014, 2004 edition of the WAFCON finals, which Nigeria won. We've also played in the 2014 edition of the WAFCON finals, also which we also came out top of the game. Then we've played in the 2016 edition also. We still won that competition. Now going into head to head, we've seen them we coming up top against the Nigerian team. I think that was a 1-0 win for the Cameroonians. I think the third place of the yes where we played, we competed for the bronze medal of the competition, and they won Nigeria 1-0. I think that's been the only time the Cameroonians has had a good result over the Falcons ladies. Now, considering what we've what history has told us before, what we've seen before in the past, do you still see Nigeria coming up top at that at the game when we meet them on our quarterfinals edition?
Uh, yes, I expect the Super Falcons to take the win deservedly. Then again, like you just mentioned now, that they have been to three finals. We have met them in
Three
finals
finals,
before,
yes.
and then even more recently, they won us in the third place playoff. This also means that we have to. This is even more reason why we should respect them, because uh, mediocre teams don't just make it to the final.
Yeah, yeah.
They have to be good to a level, to an extent, to reach a final of a competition such as the WAFCON tournament. So we have to put this into high, big, huge consideration, because they are historically a team that can go deep and far into this competition. So let's hope that they don't open the door for them to go further into the competition, and then we do what we normally do against them, which
Definitely.
is winning.
Definitely. And let's talk about the Falcons itself, the team entirely now. Our player will be, I think she will be serving a, she has served a red card already. What's it called?
Uh,
Echegini.
the-
I think, and Demi, sorry, she has served a red card. I think she'll be coming back to the team. It wasn't a straight. a straight red.
No,
It was a second, a straight red
it
card.
was a straight
But this is the knockout phase now. She will come. That red card is supposed to be,
the group stage.
yes, everything is supposed to be over the group stage. So just in case we are seeing now, back to the team, and Asisat now is injured, and we are hoping she will be back before then, depending on what the medical team is giving us as feedback concerning Asisat's injury. But we are hoping it's not something serious. So just in case we still have Asisat for the game, we have Demi for the game, and Christina is this player that will not be slotted back to the defensive duty again. At least she will be going up the pitch this time around as a defensive midfielder. Maybe, we don't know. Maybe the coach might opt for this double pivot again, or he might still choose to do his magic.
We can't be sure.
Madugu with his surprise.
Can't be sure. Nothing is.
He will just surprise all of us and go for just one pivot, and
nothing is assured.
And opening our defense again for possibly another red card to come into the team. So, but in general, let's hope now we are having our players back to the team. How do you see us going into the game? Do you want to see what's it called, Alozie as a left back again, or going back to a traditional right back position that she's used to? Want to see Christy and Abiodun Deborah anchoring the Falcons team on that day, like being that twin DM that they are supposed to be. I want to see Asisat being that number 9, taking those runs behind the defenders of the Cameroonians. Or you are thinking already that there will be a tactical twist in that particular game?
Yeah, in the match against Cameroon, we won't do. I don't expect Madugu to do something that we haven't seen in this competition so far. I will still go for Alozie at left back, and this is not because I'm buying into Madugu's plan, but I'm beginning to see the reason. Because in the match where we used Alozie at right back, and then we used another lady,
yes, as a left back.
She didn't impress me. Her performance was so mediocre. I was almost thinking the coach can bring Alozie in this match back to left back and then carry another player, Oladipo. Oladipo played right back.
More, yes, it's more of a right back.
So
also.
Oladipo can play the right back, play Alozie in the left back. Our centre back partnership, Bemehin is back, and then Okale. Defensive midfielder, I would like to see Abiodun.
Definitely.
Abiodun and Christy. Because I think Abiodun has this tendency to rush into tackles.
Yeah.
Yes, so at least she can give us that destroyer kind of vibe in that midfield as the double DM. Further up, our number 10, I would say Echejini, but I don't think she'll be available because yellow card.
Okay.
But if even our captain can slot in there, while we use Ajibade.
That's our captain.
Ajibade. Okay, Ajibade is our captain. And then in the wing, Kanu.
So that's you're trying to say Kanu should start the game and not coming off as a super sub again.
No, I think it's based on
availability.
Okay. So now we're looking at injuries.
Potential absence of Asisat.
Oshola will not be around. We have to put a team that actually complements each other to an extent. So I don't expect to see any surprising changes from Madugu.
Okay, based on availability, don't you think if Asisat is not starting the game based on injury that we saw in the last game, maybe there was little time or no time for her to recover before the game, don't you think Gift Monday has impressed for her to start the match as that lone number 9, or you still want the coach to still go in favor of Kanu and what's it called, Ajibade coming inside also to support?
Yeah, it's based now. We're speaking based off the fact if Oshola will not be available. If you not be available, this Gift Monday, she has really her runs, not just the goal, her runs.
Yeah, she's fast. She's fast.
She's fast. She's
good
always
positioning
moving.
Also.
You know, she's the kind of striker who is always roaming, looking for space to exploit. So yes, she should be given a start, especially if Oshola is not around.
Now, this is a game that requires mentality because it's one mistake you're out of the competition. Just one mistake you're out of the competition. So this is a game that requires mentality. Do you see the Falcons prepared mentally for this game? From our goalkeeper, which is Chamaka, do you see her from her down to the number 9 that will be starting that game? Are you seeing them being prepared mentally for the game, or we will see some lapses as the game progresses?
I expect them. Of course, like I mentioned before, we will be riding off this win against Egypt. It's not just the amount of goals that were scored that impressed me. It's how these goals were scored. The movements, the clever positioning of these players, especially from the subs. The subs were really, it's something to come into the game and then score. Even if it's the tapping, there are details to that tapping.
Yes.
You anticipating.
If you don't run, if you don't anticipate, there will be no tapping.
There will be no tapping.
Yeah.
So it was really good to see. So I expect us to be really dominant, to be confident. There should not be, the only thing holding us back should be us, not just the team we're facing.
Okay, aside from wanting to beat Cameroon as one of our targets, we already have the World Cup tickets in sight already. Like, we are seeing the ladies now in plane. Like, okay, there is a plane in your front. You see, this is the airport. There is a plane for you to enter now before you go to the World Cup. You get, and the only obstacle that is holding you from that plane is this match. So, if there is anything that has to motivate, that needs to be done in that match, is what? Just execute it. Get the job done. If there is any motivation that they will be needing before that match and after the match, is also what? Because of that World Cup ticket. Once you secure that one, that is one battle won. Then we now look forward to winning the semi-final and going into the finals to defend our trophy. But so, if there is motivation, I am seeing the ladies now being motivated solely because of the reason that they also want to participate in the World Cup. This should be the last World Cup for Assisat. Yeah. Definitely. This should be our last World Cup. This should be most Francisca Odega is also in the team, and she has not had 1 minute in the team. And the last time I saw Madugu talking about Francisca Odega, he was saying Francisca being in the team doesn't really mean she will play every minute of the competition. He said, and I will quote him, he said, even as the competition progresses and she has no minutes in the competition, but so long as the Falcons goes on to win the tournament, 100% credit should be given to Francisca Odega, because her presence alone, she's 32 years already, and her presence alone is what? Something that is moving those ladies, the younger ones, forward. And on our first show, when we talked about having veterans in the game, we talked about those ladies already, which is the Francisca Odega, Asisat Oshola, and even our goalkeeper. She's also a veteran now, at least 2-time champion and winner of the African women and this thing. So we could understand more reasons why the coach is saying even if Francisca doesn't go to play a single game, credit should be given to her. Now, this brings me to the to the role Francisca Odega is playing to the team. Do you see her? Because somebody that has no minutes in the group stage, I don't know if she will be having minutes in the knockout stage, except it goes to a game where we need more people with, maybe we are now playing under pressure, we are losing, and the coach wants somebody with high mentality that can control games, then we can bring her in. But do you see her as one person that has already been contributing in this present Falcons team in the competition? I'm not talking generally, I'm talking about this competition. The people that we call leaders are the people that we see talking, and behind the scene we've not really seen what she is doing. But this is the coach now saying she has been contributing 100 to the group. Now, do you see her being that leader that is already putting one or two things in place for the Falcons?
Like you rightly mentioned, we have not seen her give TED Talks to the Super Falcons. But the manager has come out to say that she deserves 100% credit if they go on to win the tournament. So, taking his words into consideration, we have to give her that credit, because the manager or the coach sees what we don't see.
Yeah.
He knows his players by person, and there's people write off or look down on the contributions, off the field contributions that these veterans can have on the team.
Yeah.
So we have seen it all over in even in men's football. Is when especially when a prime example is when AC Milan brought back Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and in that season I think they won the Serie A.
Yes.
So it's not
Yes.
a, sometimes you say it's marketing. It could be those, but there is also something behind. There are things happening in the locker room or in the dressing room that we do not get to see.
Okay, there are things happening in the locker room that we as spectators, we as fans, we don't really get to see. Okay, so let's just wrap things up with our quick predictions. What do you see? What are your predictions for the game against the Cameroonian ladies on our next
Nigeria
encounter?
Super Falcons 4, Cameroon 1. I say 1 because this our defense has not kept.
Yes, we had only one clean sheet. We had just one clean sheet.
Yeah, and we consider a red card in
A
that
red card.
match.
So
So
it's more like no clean sheet.
4-1, 4-1.
Okay, he has given us his own prediction. He said 4-1. As audience and as viewers that you are, you can also come up with your own predictions. Tell us what you think you know about our us having the Falcons going into the game with Cameroon. How you see them performing that day. But on my own side, I am saying the Falcons winning that game with 2 goals to 0. We are not conceding. We are keeping our second clean sheet this time around, and we are me in person now. I am trusting them to get the job done with ease. We dominate the game from minute 1 down to minute 90. Keep a clean sheet, get the job done. If there will be any red card, it's not from the Falcons because we will be having more of the possession. So the Cameroonians will struggle and the Cameroonians will come up with those fouls, unnecessary fouls. And definitely, if there will be a red card, it will come from the Cameroonians. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, we are here to support the Falcons. Remember, we are always here to talk about the Falcons. Remember also, we are here to cheer them up to glory. The job is almost done. They are already halfway. And we are believing them again 102 times. We are believing them to what? Bring the trophy home. Enjoy the rest of your day.